Okay, in this video, I want to quickly show us how to generate or design a certificate for your course on EasyLMS. All right, a lot of people still don't know that you can generate a certificate automatically. Now, before you do this, make sure you have your graphics guy to have designed something. But let's see. So from the menu, you locate create certificates. Now, when you go to create certificate, a page like this opens up where you put in the certificate name, the course, the description, blah, 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 like that. Now, your certificate can have either of these orientations, portrait or landscape. Okay, so decide the kind of certificate you want to work with. Landscape is the most popular one. Now, take note of the size of the certificates. Now, the size of the certificate has been given as 595 pixel long or wide, depending on if your certificate is landscape or portrait. So, if your certificate is landscape, it means it's 842 is going to be the length, while 595 is going to be the height. But if your certificate is portrait, then it means your height is going to be 842 pixels, while your breadth is going to be 595 pixels. So basically, your certificate is going to look something like this. So let me show you one of the certificate that was sent to me. Now, this is it. So let's preview this so you understand what I mean. Now, when you are designing this certificate, yes, so you can see this is a sample design of a certificate. So you can see that the name part is left blank. So when you are designing your certificate, make sure that the name part is left blank, as you can see. And any other part that you want to put in, like the issue date, you can leave that blank. Now, things like signature and co must come with the certificate. Okay, make sure it comes with the design. Then certificate number, if you want it on your certificate, you can leave that blank as well. You can see how this certificate is. This is what we call a template. So this type of template is what you have your graphic designer design for you. Then you go to the platform and then upload that template. So it is called a certificate image. So you upload it to your image manager. Just wait for it. So now we upload it here. Just upload it. Upload. So you select it from your computer. So this is mine. I'm selecting it. Just rename. So once you have the certificate uploaded, then you select it. So you can see I have selected my template now. Now I create the name of the certificate. So in this case, the certificate name should be the name of the particular course you are designing the certificate for. So in my case, let me just say test certificate. Okay, because I'm going to delete this test certificate. Okay, now you select the course that owns this certificate. Okay, so you select the course. So let me say 100 level journey, blah blah blah. Now description, just you put the description here. It doesn't matter anyway, just put the description of the certificate. The next thing is if the certificate is enabled. Now take note, if you select enabled, you are directly saying that the certificate is immediately available. But if you don't want it to be immediately available, you can still leave it as no. Okay, but for now, let's just leave it as enabled. Then you select the orientation of your certificate. Obviously, the type of certificate we are using is landscape, so you select landscape. All right, now the next thing is maximum download. So you can decide to say you want this certificate to be downloadable unlimited. So if you want students to be able to download it multiple times, so for example, a student might download their certificate after completing the course once, and maybe they misplace it, they can always come back and re-download it. Or you can just reduce it to one time or two times or three times. But in this case, I'm just going to use zero. Zero means unlimited. So once you've done this, you click on save. Now, that's not all, okay? So after saving this certificate, the design is ready. All right, so it takes you to the design interface. Now, what you now need to do is to place the items on the certificate one by one. So this part where the name of the student is supposed to be, you will see some variables. Can you see them? These variables that are showing on your certificate, you drag them one by one. So for example, you drag student name, you drag it to the position you want. Now, if this student name is not as bold or big the way you want, you can always go to options and increase the font size of student name. Can increase the font size. You can see the student name, yeah. So increase it the way you want and then drag it to where you want it to be, student name. So this is where the student name will appear. Then the issue date. So that's the date that the certificate was generated. So you can pick the date here and drag this here. You can also make the issue date. You can also make it bolder. Okay, let's make it a little bit bolder. Issue date. You drag it, click and drag. Okay, then you have the certificate number. So you can drag the certificate number here. All right, so you just drag the certificate number. You can make it bold or not if you want. Now, all these other things that you don't need, like these other variables, you can hide them. So hide everything you don't need. You can see they will disappear. You hide these. I don't need company name. You hide them. So you can see that is how this certificate is ready. The design is ready. So I close my options. You can see student name is where it should be, date generated is where it should be, and all that. Now you move on to the details. If you have anything to edit in the details, you can edit it. You move on to the mandatory classes. Now, the way a certificate works on the student end is once a student completes a course, the certificate will be automatically available on their dashboard for download. But however, you can make the certificate only available once a student completes all requirements. So for example, you can select all the mandatory classes. So take note, before you create certificate, make sure that your course has been fully set up, all classes has been created, so that by the time you are creating the certificate, you can just select all the classes that must be completed. Okay, if you want all classes to be completed, just click on search all session for attendance. So you select all these classes, select everything, so that if the student does not complete any of these classes, they won't be able to download the certificate. Okay, so it has now become a requirement. Then you check search all sessions for attendance, such that if the student does not attend a class, they won't be able to download the certificate. So these are the requirements. You can also set mandatory tests. Okay, so if you want students to take a particular test before they will be able to download this certificate, then you can begin to add all the tests that must be taken one by one. Okay, add all the tests that must be taken. Okay, you add all the tests that must be taken before they can download this certificate. If there are homeworks that you've created on the platform that you want them to take or submit before they can download the certificate, you also select that. Once you are done with all this, you save, and that is how you create a certificate. Now, this test certificate is available for students to download. Any student who has finished all classes, finished all tests, on their dashboard, it will automatically appear that they can now download their certificate. And that's how easy it is, guys. You can also come back and track how many students has downloaded your certificate, and you will see student who has actually downloaded their certificate directly from here. And that will be all for now. See you.